This is a topic that I've been asked a lot about but yet to cover. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people are not going to like this video because, as always, the fantasy is not as exciting as the reality. The simple reality is, when it comes to these so-called clone celebrities, if anything, they're just doubles. Just like I covered in my Paul McCartney video I just uploaded. They're not clones. They get people that look alike. And it's just that simple. The elite want you to think that they have these cloning centers. Understand the whole process of cloning when it comes to animals is they get the DNA. It's all done in a lab. You have to have an animal give live birth to an infant stage animal. So how would it be possible with humans, if you get someone's DNA, you clone them from an infant state and have them grow up to be approximately the same age and look the same, and stop the growth with the clone and have them look similar? It's not feasible. God created this way that this is not possible. And again, the elite love it when people fall for this. And again, this is something that's not going to be popular with a lot of my subs. They want to believe this is possible. It's not. If anything, it's just mind games that's taking place. Possibly doing it for convenience, for their own personal reason. Maybe one of these celebrities wants to step out of the spotlight, take a break, take a vacation, have a stand-in. Maybe there's some dispute behind the scenes and they no longer want to perform anymore. There's many reasons to why they are replaced. There's a lot of people I'm sure have seen already Yash Khora and his video about cloning. To me, it's a nice piece of fiction. Just making up things as he goes along. Shows no evidence for what he speaks on. Just a storyteller. Let's just take a look at this. I'll break some of it down.
Some of you all have no idea of what cloning is about. You can't comprehend or muster what I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay? So enjoy the ride. Because some of y'all think cloning only exists in the entertainment world. That's not true. It has nothing to do with the industry. Why is cloning is needed? They started the cloning process in 1945. One of the reasons they killed JFK because JFK decided we didn't need to clone humans. And they said, come on, Jay, stop BSing. And they saw that he was serious. It was two reasons why they killed JFK. He was against Vietnam. He felt like it was a useless war. And he found out that what they were cloning people, he wanted to expose the Illuminati. And
Enough. JFK was a puppet from the start. He would have never been in that position unless he was fully trusted. The world's a stage, and JFK was part of the stage. The very first time JFK went off course from what his handlers wanted, they would have pulled the plug on him. What supposedly took place in Dallas, Texas, as I covered before, was nothing more than theater for the sheep to buy. They wanted to kill JFK. They could have done it behind closed doors. Why? Have this all set up where they kill him while he's going through the streets of Dallas, when it's so much easier to do it behind the scenes. Again, it was nothing more than theater. Don't believe for a second that JFK was some type of hero. Nothing could be further from the truth.
He said, damn it, it's time for him to go. And of course, he was a white guy. You don't think the reptile is real? The reptile is...
Of course he's a white guy. What does that have to do with anything? Give me a break.
It's very real. You don't think lizards from the demigods exist? The only way that these demigods can live, they have to get into a human format. Because their life as reptiles.
This has already been debunked. This is no reptilian. Okay? Give me a break.
It's only so long. They have to be able to be in a human format to live for a long time. And once they get in a human format, they clone that human over and over again. Did y'all know that Gaddafi is not dead? He was cloned.
Where's your proof of that? Where's your proof that Gaddafi was cloned?
I'm going to lay it on you because a lot of y'all think you want to hear some good stuff, but sometimes y'all just want entertainment. I'm not entertainment. I'm going to give it to you from the hip. Farrakhan is chipped. He got the same chipping process as Gaddafi.
How do you know that? What are your sources? You never reveal your sources.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they clone Farrakhan. and kill the real Farrakhan.
Why? He's always been a puppet going along with the plan. Just take a look at this one presentation by Farrakhan exposing the Star of David, and right behind him, what do you see? 666. The puppet's part of the game. He's not cloned. He's not chipped. Unless you have evidence to support it, you're just blowing hot air. That's all you're doing.
And kill the real Farrakhan. And y'all probably say, well, y'all, that don't make sense. Why would they want to kill Farrakhan and keep, because they want to work his mind? The man is very intelligent. See, a lot of times they want to keep you alive just to pimp your brain. And when they put you under hypnosis and MLK and they can chip you, you totally submissive to them.
Just a puppet. Been on TV forever. Part of the Divine and Conquer. That's the role of Louis Farrakhan.
Do you know when they put a chip in your body that they can go all the way back 30, 40 years and you can tell them things that you didn't want to tell them? This is how powerful their technology is. And by the way, white men are not that damn smart. Neither are these Jewish.
Just another racist. What does the color of someone's skin have to do anything with intelligence? Give me a break.
They're getting all this from the demigods, Satan, fallen angels. The Lord gave Satan who? Earth. The land been given to the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Satan. Satan have many employers out there. Cloning is one. Reptiles is another. They live in you. And most
Reptiles? What is he talking about? They're just demon-possessed people. If anything, talks about the so-called elite, and they are of the bloodline of Lucifer and the fallen angels. Simple as that.
most of these creatures that live in human bodies are reptiles. But one
A lot of this is going on. I believe it's just manipulation by the media. They want you to believe a lot of this. Again, there is demon possessions. There are the bloodline that rule this world. But a lot of this, I believe, is just bogus. Just a reporter. They're not demon possessed. They just, they're just playing with the fools that want to go along and believe this. Again, mixture of truth and lies. That's what they do. The land of confusion, like that song by Genesis. This is what it reminds me of.
once they become a human, they can stay in that human body for a very long time. But if that human body were to get crashed or killed, which they wouldn't because they got powers, don't get it twisted. Okay? But if they did, they have about 5 more lined up. The first cloning may take, I think when they first clone a human being, it takes 3 to 6 months. Maybe sometimes a year, depending on the
Oh yeah, this guy's a clone. This guy, because he swallowed a bug, he's a clone. Give me a break.
technology. But usually, with the technology they got, between 6 to 7 months to clone a human being. They need their tissues, their brain cells and all that. They'll clone a human. Okay? After that first human is cloned, they can clone you every...
Now, you just saw those eyes move like that. With recent technology, it's very easy to do. Why didn't we see that in any of the news from the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s? It's just recent because technology has brought that on. Again, things are very simple to explain if people understand and look at the big picture.
every hour thereafter. So if they want to make 20 of you, they could. If they want to make 10 of you, they could. When you saw Saddam Hussein, that was not the real Saddam Hussein. He did not die like that. Okay? They didn't have no need for Saddam.
One thing about Saddam, as I covered before, world stage, and he's part of it. He did not die that day, but it's nothing to do with about cloning. Again, this guy, way off base.
He got rid of Saddam in the early 90s, but they were using his clones to have fun with you.
Yeah, where's the evidence of that clone? If you're going to make videos like this, show evidence. Prove your points. You prove nothing. Do a lot of talking, prove nothing.
To be amused. That was not the real Saddam, but he acted just like him. I got some more news for you. Michael Jackson is not dead.
I go with that. I agree with that. I believe his death was a hoax. But what he says beyond this point, complete garbage.
Michael clone is dead. But Michael Jackson is not dead. Michael Jackson doesn't look anything the way he did. The slim Michael Jackson, because they know that's what y'all like. The Michael Jackson that y'all saw dancing with James Brown, that was a clone. They had to keep fixing on it because the clone was breaking down. He wasn't going into surgeries. See, clones also can't gain weight. So basically what they did, they had to keep doctoring on the clone of Michael who was alive. The one that was dancing with Michael, or the dance with James Brown. Okay, that Michael Jackson, that wasn't the real Michael. Matter of fact, when they cloned Michael, that clones don't grow hair. So in other words, however they clone you, whatever you have, that's how you're going to come out.
Clones don't grow hair. Okay. All these celebrities that we see with longer hair, I guess those are just extensions of these supposed clones. Okay.
That's just how the clone produced. So in other words, if you're a person that have long hair, however they clone you, that's how the clone gonna look. When they cloned Michael Jackson, his hair was never attached, because the first Michael Jackson that was cloned, his head was 3rd to 4th degree burn in Pepsi commercial. He lost half his head. I mean,
he didn't lose half his head. Hair Caught on Fire didn't lose half his head. Give me a break. And here's the footage when Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire. Again, he didn't lose half his head.
His skin disease. Because his skin didn't look the same. His body, they changed everything about him. In the end, when Michael...
And as you can see at this point, Michael Jackson, basically his hair is no longer on fire. They put it out pretty quick. Again, did not lose half his head. All this stuff. You know, people need to look with their eyes and think with their own brain and not believe everything people hear on the internet. He keeps going on and on about the cloning. Again, not reality, just a storyteller. Now, at the very end of this presentation, you're going to just listen to what he says here, as he's basically doing a prayer. Let's just break this down as we listen.
Take it any way you want. I hope this show enlightens some of you, but some of you still going to be stupid as fuck.
Giving a prayer, then at the very end, starts to curse like that. Take a listen right here.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Father. The
name of the Holy Spirit, the Father, and right before it, he was cursing like that. Not a very good example for a follower of God. Give me a break.